Questions 12 through 17 come from this text here. Now, I'm not going to read all of this out, it's pretty lengthy, but as we look at the questions, I will refer back to this from time to time, assuming you've already read this while doing the test. So, question 12. What is implied by the fact that Citizen Martinez believes that the current zoning laws are out of touch with the times? If we look at where Martinez is, he's right here. You can see that he is for the factory. So for building the factory. And here's the quote right here. Our current zoning laws are out of touch with the times, meaning that he really thinks that we need to update the zoning laws to make sure that we can build this factory. Let's go to the options. What is implied by the fact? Alright, he believes that there should be no zoning laws. Well, no, he's not saying abolish them, they're just out of touch with now. Martinez believes that new zoning laws should be written. Yes, that would be it. Let's look at C and D, though, just to see why those are not it. Martinez believes that zoning laws are passed to help special interest groups. No, there's no mention of special interest groups. That's not really relevant. Martinez believes that zoning laws are quite adequate to solve current problems. No, he says they're out of date. 13. As revealed in the hearing, zoning ordinances are usually enacted by the federal government, state, local, or state and local. Well, you see that this is the city of Springdale, and they're looking at zoning classifications of the Riverwoods area, and so that's a very local issue. So your answer is going to be C. 14. Which of the following statements is most clearly not an emotional appeal? Here we have A, the site on the riverbanks is the only one that will provide us with the water we need. So that's just factual about the water. It's going to be A. If you look at B, well, here's the exclamation mark right there. That's very emotional. On C, we need to keep our area safe for our children. Again, appealing to your emotions about children. And on D, appealing to your emotions about these being hard times for people. A is your option for number 14. For 15, NIMBY. If you've studied social sciences or economics, NIMBY's not my backyard, which refers to people's resistance to changes that may affect their personal environment. Which of the following statements most clearly reflects a NIMBY attitude on the part of the speaker? So A, we are here tonight to discuss a request for the exception to the zoning classification of Riverwoods area. Okay, there's no emotion there. There's no one saying they're against anything in their neighborhood, so that wouldn't be it. B, Jones Industries. Also, area farmers will not have to ship their produce to distant canneries. That's just saying, hey, that's an advantage of building this factory. So that's not it. And C, Citizen Brown. Also, we must keep our property values high. He's arguing against having that factory there. He wants property in his backyard to remain high. C. And then D, just to talk about why not, the site we are talking about now is empty because funds for home building are scarce. Again, nothing about it being in their neighborhood. 16. Which of the following is the most likely reason that the Jones Industries representative is concerned about access to interstate highway and railroad? Now let's think. They're talking about building a factory for canning. So they're going to be selling their goods outside of the local area. Advertising isn't the reason for the highway and railroad. The company would have to ship its goods out of the city. Yes, it would be B. C, there would be many visitors to the canning factory. That might be interstate, but not railroad. And construction costs will be greater in such an area. No, that is not relevant. 17. Jones Industries wants to build a factory in the Riverwood area for reasons that can best be categorized as. Let's look at their argument. Here is the argument from the company. And again, I'm skimming here. I'm assuming you read this. And they talk about first, jobs. And then so that's economics. And construction companies benefiting. Also, area farmers won't have to ship product. And also the site on the riverbank is the only one that will provide us with the water we need and access to interstate highways and railroad. We're talking geography here. I ask you to consider all these factors. So what got mentioned here? Economics and geography. So go to 17, look at my options. I'm looking for economics and geography, which would be A. So it's not the social, political, it's geographic but not social, economic but not political. So A is it.